Hi everyone, welcome back to MommyTalkShow.com. You've met our Mommy Talk Show guests, and now we want to talk about an interesting topic about Michelle Obama and the Obama administration. Michelle Obama was actually here in Atlanta recently, supporting the need for more breastfeeding, encouraging moms to breastfeed. She said that it actually research has showed that children who are breastfed are less likely to be obese. The Obama administration is also encouraging more companies and businesses to give moms space and time to pump their breast milk. So we want to talk to our moms and get their take on, what was their breastfeeding experience, if they did, if they didn't, and what they think. We want to start with Judith.
Sure.
What did you think of this push to have more moms breastfeed, and what was your experience with your daughter?
Sure. I think it's really important that companies are supporting and through President Obama think that this is important enough to give tax credits and encourage employers to do so. Certainly if childhood obesity is such a tremendous problem in the United States, and it is, and we see it every day when I walk around with my daughter, this is certainly something that is addressable, and it's you can manage it early in life. I was fortunate in that breastfeeding came pretty naturally for myself and my daughter, and because I was moving at the time, I didn't need to ask for time off to be pumping in the office. But I've certainly heard stories of friends that haven't been given that kind of opportunity. And I feel for them that it's really important that employers take the time to encourage women to be able to produce the kind of milk that their children will need. So ultimately, I'm really behind President Obama, and it's the little things that can make the biggest difference, and this is why I think it's a tremendous act on his part.
I think it's something that, breastfeeding is an extremely personal issue, and I think some people were offended by Mrs. Obama and the Obama administration kind of pushing this onto people, because some people don't want to, some people do. I've been breastfeeding AJ for 11 months. I'm not saying it's been an incredibly smooth, experience. You have ups and downs, there's nipple soreness, there's all types of things that happen. But like you, I'm home, so I didn't have as many issues with working and doing things like that. So I don't know if Adrienne, did you have that experience since you work outside the home trying to breastfeed?
I sure did. I actually nursed my daughter Morgan until she was well over a year. She was about 15 months when we just stopped. And I stayed at home for the first 3 months and went back to work, and I work in healthcare. And so it was amazing to me. I didn't have any problems with my employer allowing me time to breastfeed, but finding a place to do it. And initially, I would go over to the nursing unit and hope for a free vacant patient room so that I could pump, in silence. But then there's always that time constraint. And you know that you need to be relaxed to do it and not feel pressured. And walking from one building to another building with my pump, hoping for a room that wasn't guaranteed, trying to pump enough that would matter, and then get back to work on time. And so eventually I took to pumping twice a day in our bathroom, which is not the most ideal place, but it was a corporate office, and it's not, a very much used space. And they allowed me to do that, and I pumped, and that went on for several months. And it worked out for us eventually, but I know that a lot of people aren't fortunate enough to have a place or the time, given to them in order to do that.
The other thing that I never understood, and I breastfed my kids, my first daughter until she was 18 months, and the second until she was 16. Why is it okay to pump in a bathroom? A lot of people send you to the bathroom. I'm very active. I, went out with my kids, and I remember several times I've been like department store or something, and my kids wanted to breastfeed, so I would try to go to like the changing room, and they would say, go to the bathroom. I said, I'm sorry, you don't have your lunch in the bathroom? Why should my kid have their lunch in your bathroom? I don't understand it. So I'm really happy that, this happened. I think it was about time, and I think, the United States should set the standard on these matters. So I'm very happy about it. And yes, it's true that once you start giving tax breaks, you're kind of forcing certain behavior or encouraging certain behavior, but I'm fine with it. It's breastfeeding. It's not smoking.
I agree with you. And I've never had the experience of someone trying to move me someplace else where I had to nurse AJ, but I was going to say the same thing. If anyone ever asked me to go in the bathroom, I would say, do you go eat in the bathroom?
Absolutely.
I'm not going to feed my child there. But I've never had that experience, so it's really been interesting. So thank you all for all your opinions about breastfeeding and this new initiative. But before we go, we do want to acknowledge again our location sponsor, 5 Continents Buckhead Gallery here on Far Road. The owner would love for you to stop by, come by and see the work, the artwork, jewelry, furniture from all over the world. You're watching MommyTalkShow.com.